Hey Taurus, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't. Check your other major placements for additional messages, and I like it when you hit the like button, and I also like it when you hit the subscribe button, and it also helps other people find my channel. We're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck, and then we're going to move to a more traditional spread with a fairly non-traditional deck that's bringing in a lot more intuitive messages. So this is we're going to use the Muse Tarot today for the more traditional spread. All right, looking for 3 cards here. I see. Yep. Okay. All right. The gift, talking about, what you're here to do. What are your gifts? What are you bringing here? It's a part of you. It's a part of you that you've been very devoted to. It's absolutely a part of you. You've been probably very protective of it, but it is talking about when are you going to give that gift? When are you going to bring that forward? Bloom, we have you're intuiting, you're listening to the universe, you're listening to other people, you're putting things together, and you're really starting to understand something. This is a moment of insight, strikes of epiphanies and insights that you're experiencing. So you might be experiencing some insight as to what your gift is, how you need to go about, what's your next steps on bringing that forward. And then we have Lorelei. So this is a little bit of some immature emotional energy here, getting jerked around a little bit. Somebody here doesn't realize the effect they're having on you. They have no idea. They're just playing around. So there's no ill intent here. There's just somebody that seems a little bit oblivious to how their words and actions are affecting you. Fascinating. So you're definitely paying attention and you're listening to that. It could be you that's been a little bit immature. There's some unsettled energy here, some very ungrounded, unsettled energy. There's a certain amount of panic in the air, based on somebody's actions and activities. There's an unpredictability. Let's just call it, there's an unpredictability in the situation right now. Some emotionally unpredictability. And at the same time, you're getting like some pretty, I feel like, sudden hits of insight and inspiration. And this all has to do with some sort of gift, some sort of thing that you're here to bring, you're here to give. You've been very protective of it, but it might have entered a new realm of being, you've been very protective of it, but it might be feeling vulnerable and exposed now. All right, Taurus. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. In your recent past, you have Knight of Materials. This is a big, grand plan. I see there's communication here. The Knights are typically going to be about communication or movement, some sort of movement forward. Here's this massive, grand plan. I feel like this is like an insert, like the insert of the map here of like, you are here on the big pattern, on the big plan that's coming together. So usually we don't see fast-moving energy with the Knight of Materials, but we do see, and I do see some unexpectedness here. This is some unexpectedly fast-moving energy that may have happened in your recent past, fast-moving communication that may have happened in a process that's typically a little bit slower, some unexpected energy, something unusual going on. And some unexpected movement there. The last thing you expected to do, the last communication you expected to have, you were not. That's so funny because Knight of Materials, I mean, these cards do have a little bit more intuitive vibe to them. So Knight of Materials, that's why I'm saying it's so unexpected, because it's just, It's typically like a grand plan, very slow moving, but this came in unexpectedly fast moving. But it's just one part of the overall pattern, so I wouldn't worry about, you know, some sort of grand plan being derailed by some fast moving energy. It just came in real quick here. Some fast moving communications or movement towards something, all part of a bigger plan, but definitely unexpected. In your current situation, you have 10 of inspiration. This is putting down a burden, refusing to carry water for somebody else's expectations, somebody else's hopes, somebody else's dreams, not really wanting to engage with that right now, not really putting it down, ending a cycle. Like it's like quitting a job, but it could be an emotional job too. It could just be like, you know what, you need to deal with you need to deal with your issues. I'm not going to deal with them anymore. And why should I carry, you know, this is a lot of shoulds, honestly. It's, somebody's been shooting on you, and the choice was always yours to stop that, but now you are looking at, maybe I don't want to carry this burden. Maybe I don't want to do what's expected of me, what's been asked of me. This isn't my thing. This is not my circus. This is not my monkeys, or in this case, this is not my cows. It's been hard. It's been very hard, very difficult, and I think you might be done with something. I think you might be ready and willing to drop either an activity, to quit doing something, or quit just expecting so much of yourself, or quit allowing other people to expect so much of you. So you're putting down a burden and you're ending a long, difficult journey. Hasn't been very rewarding at all for you. You've gotten no reward. You've just gotten tired. But you didn't get paid for this labor. This could be emotional labor. This could be, nobody paid you for this. You're tired and you're done. And you're just like, you know what? You can carry your own water. If that's so important to you, you do it. So there's a little bit of that here. This will free up energy for your own projects, for your own self. In your inner landscape, your hopes and fears are looking for this ace of voices, this inspiration. You'd like some insight, some inspiration. There could be, yeah, you're kind of you're at the end of something. You're done with something. It's over. It's done with. It's time to move on to the next thing. And you're like, what's the next thing? I'd really like to know. Please tell me the next thing. So this is an idea, an inspiration, knowing what you want. I think that's obviously that's what everybody wants. It's some clarity coming in. This could be even more clear communication. Maybe you need to clarify the communication that came in earlier. There's some clarity that's requested here. You'd really like to really understand something, really figure out something, really get some insight into something. And this could be also hoping for someone to communicate something clearly to you, to understand something. But there is like a sense of focus. You'd really like a sense of focus to come in here, or something to come into focus. What's at issue here is the High Priestess reverse. This can be losses have been incurred, a lack of faith, a lack of trust in where something is going, a lack of faith in the universe to provide, in the universe to bring forward like the next thing, what happens after you put this burden down. This could be a lack. There's an overall pattern here, but something's coming to an end. You'd like some clarity on it. I feel like almost some closure on it, and some clarity on what's happened, on the communication you received, but it's clouded. You can't see it. You might not believe that it's even possible to achieve closure here, or to achieve some sort of understanding of what's gone on. But there is like a lack of faith and some losses, some disappointments, and just a complete inability to see. There could be somebody really actually intentionally hiding information from you, hiding something from you and keeping it from you. But if it's not that, I mean, that's like quite a bold statement, right? I don't really want to say that because, I don't really want to say it because, like, what do you do with that information? Who, what, when, where, why? Like that kind of statement needs to have some sort of clarity, because you're already like looking for clarity here. So this High Priestess reverse, though, is like the hidden things, the things that might be being kept intentionally hidden from you. And I don't know. I mean, that could be this Lorelei energy, right? The High Priestess in the upright is going to be very mature, very spiritual. And here we have some really immature energy and some unsettled energy. And that could be this High Priestess reversed. with the unsettled energy, a sense of panic, a sense of not having faith. So that panic would be not having faith in what's going on here. These guys right down here, they don't have any faith in this mermaid right here. They don't have any faith in her ability to, what's she going to do next? She seems a little I want to say unhinged, but she's unmoored. She's unmooring things. She's a little bit destructive here, a little bit getting a little bit, she's not meaning to be, but she is upending and causing a sense of panic. And I guess I'm getting that from this reverse high priestess, is just some upended, ungrounded, faithless activity that could be causing some worry and some panic in other people. In your current situation, the externals, what surrounds you is this Six of Inspiration. You are, right where you need to be. You may be getting some fame, some notoriety, some success, and then a lot of appreciation for that success. When you're successful, your community is successful. So there's a chorus of appreciation here. The 6 is going to be about having gone through some difficulty and achieving some success, and being celebrated by that, and for that, and that's being conveyed to you as some sort of excitement and celebration about your achievements. So the overall energy of this reading is basically just this reversed high priestess, something unknown, something, and I think you'd like some clarity on that. But anyway, what's going on in the background, in the externals is you've reached some sort of success point, and your community is celebrating you and celebrating your success, is excited for you. You win, your community wins, and there's a lot of admiration for what you're doing. In your to-do list is 4 of materials. This is become mildly obsessed. This is become infatuated with something, become absorbed by something, become very focused. Become very focused on something and push the distractions aside. I feel like it has to do with this gift here. Maybe all of this listening is actually causing some sort of distraction. But becoming very focused, obsessed with someplace, just a little bit of an overindulgence vibe here. So you're going to be overindulging. Your to-do list is to overindulge in some sort of productive activity. Some sort of might have to do with work, might have to do with money, but become a little obsessed. It's time. I feel like it's a limited time thing, but become a little obsessed and focused on one item, on one thing, on one part of your to-do list, on one of your projects. Become a little bit obsessed with it, a little bit enamored, and sort of fall in love and really obsess about something. I mean, not really obsessed, but for a time, this is a really great energy. It's a necessary energy for completion of projects. It's a necessary energy for getting things started, getting things off the ground. It's a necessary energy. So yeah, becoming sort of infatuated with a project, with something it's something you're already doing. I think. Sometimes these readings come in and they're frustrating. But I think you want something new, and this is like, stick with something else. It's a 4, so you're already well on your way on some sort of process. And this is a time to overindulge, overfocus, become infatuated with something. Just get very focused with your work right now. And where you're going, I mean, somehow this has to do with, the overall pattern. Putting down some sort of burden and becoming infatuated with some sort of project. Maybe somebody else has been asking you to do other projects or other things. Or your energy's been really depleted by expectations of others. And the remedy to this, to these losses or to this lack of faith, is to just get really obsessed and really focused on something. Where you're going here is this page of inspiration. So again, this is about learning, and you're ending some sort of inspiration. So you're at the end of some sort of project or some sort of thing that has become a burden, that maybe started out really exciting but has now become a burden. So you're ending that, and this is a new beginning with a new thing. So whatever inspiration you're looking for, whatever epiphany you're looking for, it does come. You do have some inspiration, a new thing beginning, oh my gosh, this is not the only reading where these two came out. I can't remember which two, but this listening, look, her little ears are on fire here. And she's listening to her intuition, and she's listening to, these are both about listening to your intuition. And this is about starting something new, being at the beginning of a manifestation project, of a project where you are just starting to understand situations, starting to get some information. The pages are going to be our learners. So you're just starting to learn about some sort of new project, some sort of new idea, some sort of new passion project, and getting very inspired. But the way I think you get inspired for your next project is to become obsessed and absorbed with the projects you do have, with the situations that with your work that you have now. And then a new thing will be coming in. You don't have faith that a new thing will be coming in, that a new project or something will be showing up. You don't really have faith in that right now, but it is going to come in. And you can trust that the new thing is coming in. You will be listening. You will be open. You will be coming open to listening. And I think, in a way, almost I'm seeing this Lorelei as this four of materials. She just wants to play. And I see these guys and their panic and frustration as possibly the burden that you need to put down. As far as like, what are these other people going to think? How are these other people going to freak out if you just play and do what you want to do and just focus on what you're doing? Like, maybe these people are freaking out, and maybe that's where you need to be like, I can't do what I need to do and still also be worried about how you're going to react and respond and freak out. So normally, I think that's another possibility for this card. Normally it's immature, unsettled energy, but in a way, this could be you just being really focused on your play, on your work, on your gifts, on bringing your gifts in, and not being quite so worried about what the people in the boat are saying, what they're doing. I mean, actually, what I'm seeing here is today is not people freaking out, but people watching concernedly. They are disconcerted, but they're not necessarily freaking out. And I feel like you might be the mermaid here, trying to just doing what you're doing. Because that's what your message is. So just do what you do. Just focus on you, focus on your work, focus on what you need to get done right now. And love it and enjoy it. And it seems like a little bit of this vibe that this mermaid gives off is just being absorbed and focused with what you're doing. And not quite worrying so much about the people in the boat and what their experience is. And that, I mean, we do want to be concerned about how we're affecting other people, how our choices are affecting other people, but we don't need to be so concerned that we can't live our life. So I feel like that might be a little bit of what's going on here. And then this page of inspiration, you are going to get a new idea. Right now, you just need to focus on, I think, what already has begun and the projects that you're already working on, or the gifts. This is about the gifts that you're here to bring to the world and what your gifts are. But this will lead you to a place of being able to listen to your intuition a lot better. But you need to sort of be really focused right now. So do not worry that you're never going to have another idea or another. I mean, there's a lot of inspiration and materials here. So that's telling me that we're dealing with creativity and intuition, and bringing that into manifestation and bringing that into the world. So that's what you're doing with this four of materials. You're farming your roses, And then here we got the signs. There's some camouflage signs around you helping you out here. Look for my signs. I've been speaking to you through signs in the world and feelings in your heart. Can you hear my reassuring voice? When you ask me for a sign, I give it. Notice what is happening in the world around you. Take comfort, believe. And that's what I'm seeing is you need to have faith that, that you are going to be getting new messages in, that you are going to be, these messages, I don't know. This one is also about synchronicities being buried in your life and paying attention to those. But as far as like take comfort, believe, that's really what I'm seeing with this page of inspiration and this bloom card is that the hits are going to be coming in. You're going to be accessing your intuition and you're going to be being inspired. But for now, you need to just kind of be really absorbed with the work at hand. All right, Taurus, I hope that that was helpful for you. Have a good week.